You're listening to Workforce Innovation News, powered by E28. Get ready to hear about all things workforce development and workforce innovation. And now, on to the episode.
Hello, and welcome to WIN, Workforce Innovation News. I am Jamie Korda-Hijawi, the director for E28. Today, we are talking about the Small Business Development Center at Illinois Eastern Community College. So I have Sharmila Kakak, the Dean for Business and Industry from IECC, and Claire Vaughn, the Small Business Development Center advisor and also owner of Raylan James Marketing LLC. Thank you guys for being here.
Thanks for having us.
I appreciate you joining me. I am super interested in having a small business development center in my region. And from what I understand, it's kind of always been here, but not necessarily as big or as robust as some small business development centers are. So I'd love to learn more about it and what your guys' plans are for the future. But before we get into that, if you could just give a little introduction of yourself, what you do, why you're here today, your affiliation with the Small Business Development Center, and then we can talk about it. So Sharmila, would you like to start?
Sure. As Jamie said, I'm Sharmila Kakak, and I'm the Dean of Business and Industry for IECC. So in my role, I work with the companies that are here in our region, other stakeholders in our community, such as chambers of commerce, economic development agencies, even high schools, as we try to create the talent pipeline. We do everything and anything, that will help our region grow and be stable economically. So we're really a part of the workforce and economic ecosystem, and just play our role in it. So that's just kind of a 50,000 foot view of what we do through BNI.
Right. Yes. Because if we start to get any lower than that, any more detail, we would be here.
So I mean, just quickly, I just want to add, we do trainings, workforce training. We do workshops that involve economic development. We do just classes, just anything that'll help upskill people and just bring in new talent into the area.
You're talking my language. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Claire, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Claire Vaughn, and I am the SBDC advisor at IECC. I actually started working in the SBDC last March 2022, as a satellite office through SIC. So I have a little over a year experience in the SBDC network, and I joined because as a small business owner, when you really start out with a small business, you have no idea where to start. You have no idea what you need to do. And also as a small business owner, my goal was to help small businesses. So Sharmila reached out to me about this opportunity and how it was going to help small businesses in the area. And I just couldn't turn it down because it allowed the small businesses I was helping through my business get the more help, more needed, more of the help that they needed, without the expense of it. So it's no cost advising, which is huge. We can kind of, even get an EIN number. Where do I go? How do I do that? Should I be an LLC? Should I be a sole proprietor? Just kind of sitting down and chatting. So anyways, it's a great network to work with. We have over 1,000 different networks or different, locations nationwide, and just great people. Everyone has the common goal of helping small businesses who are the backbone of our society, of our business and industry, especially in small towns. So
absolutely. So when I was working on my bachelor's degree at Eastern Illinois University, I was also working and I had a friend who wanted to start her own business. We were working together, and she's like, so when you go to business school, do they teach you how to open a business? And I sat there, I'm like, actually, no. I don't think they ever told us how to start one.
No.
We just know how to make decisions now. And we've seen a lot of case studies where people have made the wrong decisions. So we tried to learn the right ones. So I see the value in that there's not a whole lot of resources out there that are highly visible for people to start their own homegrown business. So what could, I guess, knowing that there's a small business development center, that this is a nationwide initiative and we're lucky to have it here in this area, can you, either one of you, talk a little bit more about some of the services of what a small business development center is, and maybe give an example of a local business that you've helped from conception to where they are today?
I'll talk on that if that's okay.
Please, yes.
Okay. So really the SBDC covers all aspects of a new business. So if you are 500 employees or less, you qualify as a new business, or a small business, I'm sorry. And we cover anything from marketing to management to, trainings on QuickBooks or social media marketing, anything like that. We can help develop business plans. We can work through your finances with you, get you the financial printouts that you need to take to the bank whenever you're going for loans. We can help using our resources and our networks, research grant opportunities that may be beneficial for you. And basically, when a new client comes to me, they can either have the idea in their head or they can be a full-blown business. We can help you in any aspect of your business at any point in your business. So, I always just say the clients come in, we sit down, we talk, just like friends, and what's going on, how is your business going? How's your idea going? Where are you at? What do you need help with? And we are advisors, so we can advise you on certain things. We can help out at the bare minimum kind of level, which I say that, but we provide a lot of help. But when it comes to, accounting, we can't be your accountant, right? We can't be your lawyer. We can advise you to the best of our knowledge, process, the steps, the paperwork that you need to make sure all your rules and regulations are followed, local government rules, federal government rules. And then we can also help refer you to people that are licensed, are experienced in these higher levels of business. So we're really just a friend to kind of help you check the boxes when you're starting your business, when you're maybe expanding your business. A great place to start if you're wanting to expand and need loans, or like I said, need grants, we can help you with the business plan that you need to take to your bank. So one of our biggest stakeholders in the area, I feel like, are our banks. They're very receptive to the SBDC because before we had a presence really in Fairfield, they're like 99% of people that come in to get a loan aren't prepared, right? They don't have the documents that they need. So now they get to just send them to the SBDC, and we get to go and work through the business idea, the business plan with them, and just make sure that they have a viable business, a great plan for a successful business, that their finances make sense for the loan that they're applying for, and that type of stuff. So really, like I said, to kind of sum it up, we cover all aspects of business, from marketing, management, rules and regulations, training. Did I miss any that you can think of, Sharmila?
No, I think one of the big services, and it's probably sometimes difficult to do this, but when somebody comes to you and tells you their great idea, and it might be a great idea, but it may not translate into a very good business. And we also provide that, that advising as well, and say, hey, let's take it a different direction.
Right.
The way you've got it in your head may not be exactly what the market needs. So we help clients just flush through what they're thinking. We're a great sounding board. People come and tell us what they want to do, or they'll tell Claire what they want to do. And then she just kind of helps talk them through all the different aspects of it, and just brings a lot more clarity to what they're thinking. And I think that's a huge part of what we do is help people organize their thoughts, their plans, and see that, go from an idea to a business in a way that makes sense and is good, would be beneficial for the community. It'll be accepted into the community, because you don't want to start a business that there's no need for. So we have that kind of data. We a lot of what we do, I think, Claire, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's data-based, right? I mean, you've got a whole, you have access to all this data that when you do advise the clients, you are basing some of that on that knowledge that you're getting from the database, because we have being part of the network gives us access to those sorts of things that as an individual business owner or somebody who's thinking about going into business, you would not be able to access that kind of data. So there's a huge benefit to speaking with somebody at the SBDC.
You need, they call it, I think, pro forma information. So you're looking to start a business, you need historical data. We don't have historical data because your business is new. So we can pull up, comps in the area for similar businesses. So, what were their costs versus their profits? And I mean, even break it down to what were their expenses and what were their expenses used for? So you can get a full idea of how much is this going to cost to start up? And do we need to scale it down? I think that's a conversation that happens a lot too. You want to open a hotel and you want it to be the biggest, best one. Well, does that work for our area? Can you afford it? Can you get the loans for it? Are there grants available? What if we start with something smaller and expand from there, as an example? But yeah, I mean, so SBDC advising also is very confidential. We pride ourselves on being confidential. So I can't give you specific, stories on successes, but I do have one that has just been a joy to work with from the beginning to, where she is now. And through the process, we've expanded her social media presence. Through IMEC, we were able to get a grant for a website to be built for her. So her online business has expanded. And yeah, it's just been really cool to see her succeed and her business continue to grow. And we're very confidential. But she's been a huge advocate for the SBDC as well. So it's just kind of neat to see it play out in the past year of working with her, how excited she is about the services, and she's one of our biggest cheerleaders. So
I love it. There is so much there. You guys are offering a ton of services. I really appreciate that you're there to be that sounding board and to sometimes give advice that might be a little hard to give, that they come in excited with these big ideas, and it's never fun to be like, okay, that's a great idea, but a little too big, but that you're willing to do that in a way that is supportive and still constructive, as opposed to if they're going to a bank, they're like, I got this great idea and I'm going to need all this money, and they just get shut down. And then they, confidence is gone. They're just completely flattened out, like, never mind, I'm not cut out for this. So having that resource of advisement and confidentiality is super important, and it's invaluable. So when you can't put a price on this kind of relationship, how is it that you're able to offer it for free? What are the funding mechanisms surrounding and supporting small business development centers?
So it is actually a grant funded service. However, the host institution, which in this case is Illinois Eastern Community College, it is a 100% matching grant. So we've got a certain amount of money from, it's a federal pass-through money, but then IECC is matching that. It's a matching grant. So we have a large stake in it, because we really believe that this is fundamental to our region. It's completely in line with what our mission is, which is to strengthen our communities. So we want to do those things that'll stabilize the community, particularly coming out of after COVID, as we're still trying to recover from that. This was a much needed service. I mean, that was one of the things that when we started our B&I division, by the time we were coming out of the COVID tailspin, it became evident that we needed a mechanism to support our small businesses. And we want to give a shout out to our partners south of us here, SIC, who actually, it was through their SBDC, we were able to get a satellite location and realize that we were just scratching, just the surface. like the tip of the iceberg. We were able to only get to just a handful of people because it was just Claire. She was the only advisor. So, had we not had that partnership with SIC, we wouldn't have been able. It was a launching point for us. We realized we needed the service, and we wrote for the grant, and of course had our board and administration support to do this, because I think everybody realizes how important of a service this is to our region. So it's a federal pass-through grant that's matched 100% by IECC, and which allows us to be able to bring this to not just our college district, but really even beyond where there isn't service available. Yeah. So
I love that the IECC is matching 100%. That is amazing. And it really speaks to how dedicated community colleges, especially IECC, are to developing the economy, because we talk about, well, education is important and workforce is important, but those things together, they are economic development, and all of those things work towards that improved quality of life for all of the communities. So it is very moving to see how dedicated IECC is to making that impact and to acknowledging that there's a need and being there to support the initiative of addressing that need and filling in those gaps. So you
Very
talk
much
about
so,
not
yeah.
just being IECC's region. Who are you serving from your location there in Fairfield? And I'm sure I hear that it's moving possibly too.
Yeah, now before you answer that, Claire, I'm just gonna just jump in here and say, so our primary office, our main office is going to be in Noble, Illinois, where we have our BNI center, but then we are going to have times, dedicated times and space at we have 4 colleges in our district. So we are going to have service, we're going to set up times and days that people can come and meet. So we'll have not satellite location, but we'll have a presence on all 4 campuses, all 4 colleges, so that if people need services, they know where to go to. So
Awesome.
I'll let you answer what we're doing, or forget
What was the question? Yeah.
Yeah, what was the
Okay, well, I
question?
guess let's look at, you guys are expanding and growing.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, you're going to be looking to hiring too. So let's talk about what the next steps are. What is the growth timeline looking like? What do you need? How are we going to do this better?
Yes, so great point there, because we are looking for a director for the SBDC. So that position is open, and we are actually, it's the job announcement is out there, and we are interviewing. So if you know of any good candidates who are interested in doing something like this, please send them our way. So in addition to a director, we are also looking for a part-time advisor who has, their strength would be the financial side of things. Claire's strength is marketing. She does a fantastic job with the clients, for marketing and brand positioning and that type of thing. We're also going to supplement that with getting somebody, in the group who can do the financial advising. So because that's a very distinctly different skill set. So we're looking for a part-time financial advisor. And then we'll also be down the road hiring a full-time office support personnel. So those are that's going to be our at least for this year, that's going to be our plan as far as growth and personnel. So,
and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have people join the crew. It's been not a lonely first year, because I've always had Sharmila and Carissa Miller who helps out as well, but I'm so excited to have a full-time director, like Sharmila said, add a finance person to our team as well. We're a super fun group. We all work together really well, and we're very passionate about what we do and our towns, and just helping small businesses grow. So come and join us. You won't regret it, I promise.
we are fun.
We are fun.
We're fun.
We try not to be stuffy, we want, like I said, I say it all the time, but we want you to feel comfortable. You come in and it feels like you're talking to your best friend from, high school or whatever. And just feel comfortable to be honest and tell me where you're coming from. It is data driven, but also what's driving you. what's driving you? Why are you starting this business? And it really is a joy just to work with the community. I've been focused on Fairfield, pretty much the first year, and now expanding out into the entire IECC district. It's been a great learning curve and a lot of fun. So,
and that's the thing, when you say you learn from one client and you
Oh, yeah.
utilize that with another client, because they say,
Mhm.
hey, no, don't do that. Somebody tried that didn't work out. So we take that, we take every meeting is an opportunity to learn something that we can then share with somebody else, confidentially, of course, but
Yeah.
just the experience part of it. So
I always say too that I have made the mistakes for my clients, right? So I know because I did it the wrong way to begin with. You learn a lot by starting your own business, and then these meetings with different clients every day. You learn something new. And to reiterate on that, the SBDC district has 1,000 locations across the United States. So there's such a huge network as well. So finance is not my strong point by any means. But there are so many people out there that have done this longer, have different expertise. So whatever the question may be, there's somebody you can reach out to that can help you get the correct answer. So
This really gets my workforce nerd inside of me excited. It's amazing. It's the best of both worlds. You have that small town guidance of I'm your best friend. We're here,
Mhm.
we're in this together. And also the resources from that nationwide network. So
Right.
those big city benefits and resources that we might not necessarily have access to, now we do. So we can bring those all together to give us the best support that we can for our local businesses. So that's really amazing. I love all the things you guys are doing. I like how you are advisement and just like a connector of resources.
Mhm.
And it does remind me a lot of what our workforce board does. So as the director of the workforce board, what can I do to support the Small Business Development Center there at IECC? And how can I help increase the visibility so that we have more small businesses taking advantage of this wonderful resource?
I think one of the things that we are trying to do is get out more and talk with chambers and boards to let them know what the services are. So if you know of opportunities like that, then we can meet with people and share what services we offer. We are very happy to do that. I think we need to get the word out. And word of mouth is one of the best ways to promote what we're doing. Just being able to talk to a group of 20-25 people and say, hey, these are our services, because while somebody in the crowd may not necessarily have a small business, they probably know somebody that does. And that's one of the best ways we can share information. Additionally, we're doing a lot of workshops, helping, we go over topics that business owners would they would have to deal with, or issues they would run into. So we do a lot of workshops like that.
Another thing is we do have a presence on Facebook. So social media, we use that a lot to get out flyers for our upcoming events. We post fun, business tips and just short little videos with just advice. And, you can find all of our contact information there. But also if you want to find out more, you can go to SBDC at iecc.edu. You can send me an email there, or iecc.edu/SBDC to go online and find out more about our services. But find us on Facebook at SBDC at IECC.
And like us and follow us. And that would be a great way to get the information out. Yeah.
For sure. You already know I will definitely share all the information I can with our network. I will invite you guys to speak to our board, to some of our committees. Sharmila's already on our business service team. That will be a great resource. And I am here to support in any way I can. We will put in all of those alphabet letters for where to go. SBDC at iecc.edu. So all of our listeners will be able to find and access more information for the local Small Business Development Center. And then real quick, we are going to get this episode out in May, but when are you when is the application time closed for your director and your part-time positions?
It's open until we find the right
All
person.
right. Okay, then we will get this out and try to spread the word so you get a great pool of candidates to pick from. And I'm just excited for the impact that is going to show up locally here in the over the next coming months and years, and see what all we can accomplish working together. So I appreciate it, and I will be talking to you guys more soon. Any parting thoughts for our listeners before we wrap up today?
Just reiterate that the SBDC at IECC, we provide no cost services. So I just want to reiterate that there's no risk to coming and chatting with us. If you have a simple question, or you're just trying to get your mind wrapped around what your business could be, there's no risk in it. It's free service, and we'd love to help you out. And, check out our Facebook and find the events that are up and coming, and, try to make it to it. We schedule them via Zoom sometimes, over lunch hour, for breakfast, in the evenings. We really try to work around small business owners' schedule. We know that you can't come to a meeting at 3 p.m. or, we go to you a lot of times as well, because you're the ones running the shops. So just want to reiterate that we'd love to help you in any way we can. So give us a call, shoot us an email, and we'll see how we can help you.
We're here to support our community. So all they have to do is get in touch with us, and we are there to help them.
I love it. This is wonderful. And it is so thrilling. I'm excited, and I hope to be talking to you guys on here again soon for another episode, and you can tell us all the cool things that you've accomplished in the few months between the episodes, and everything will be amazing and awesome.
Yeah.
Too cool. Love it. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I appreciate it.
Thank
Bye,
you for
guys.
inviting us.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Jamie. Bye.
You've been listening to Workforce Innovation News powered by E28. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. To learn more about E28, visit lwa23.net.